The name is X the Villain from Oluwamuyiwa Art. I'm a sculptor, visual and performance artist, and filmmaker, and I'm here at Square Root Studio for a live painting and exclusive interview. So let's jump right to it. So my style of art is New Expressionism. I draw my inspiration from Basquiat a lot because for me he's one of the most influential modern artists. And this live painting has to do with folklore, um, storytelling, nostalgia. As a kid, we used to sit under the moonlight and we used to listen to our granny tell us stories. So sometimes I prepare my art, like I make sketches so I know the direction I'm gonna go. And sometimes I just jump right onto the canvas. I know you might be wondering, why am I bandaged up? So uh, I draw my inspiration from Egyptian traditions because X the Villain is the champion of Anubis, and Anubis is the Egyptian god of the dead. He's in charge of mummification. So let's go to colors. So my artistic journey, I think it started when I was a kid though. I wanted to study fine art, but my mom disagreed. So I did the closest thing to fine arts in engineering, which is mechanical engineering. But when I was done with school and I was working in a telecoms company, I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't enjoying my time. So I decided to quit in 2021 and decided to pursue an artistic career. So starting my artistic career, painting was like the foundation work, the easiest thing to start with, because I actually drew my passion from making sculptures, whether wood, clay. That's like my first love. But painting was like easy to get by, so I started with painting. I can remember my grandma. My grandma is a very big influence for I would say my artistic journey, because I remember spending some time with her immediately after my undergraduate studies, and we used to late at night. She used to tell me some tales. Most were fiction though, but it was enlightening, and I'll call it wisdom filled, because you get to learn one or two from these stories. Draft, that's what we all call it. Draft was like the common game we used to play growing up. Ayo Lokmo, I tried learning that game, but each time I make a blunder. But my favorite kind of game, it wasn't really a childhood game, chess. Because I suck at Ayo Lokmo, I decided to learn chess. So that's like the game I could say I play. Thinking about folklore and those games, they shaped my storytelling in painting and sculptures, because I learned wood sculpture through making a board game. Like that was the first time I would carved, and it was because I wanted to make a board game chess. So I think storytelling, it helped with storytelling. Man, Ijapa is like the common guy, you know. There's so many stories of Ijapa, and okay, Ijapa is tortoise in English for those that don't know. You know, there's so many stories about that guy because one is cunning, two is slow, three. At every story that I can remember, he always ends up being the loser. Most stories I remember about him, he always because of his deception, I guess. But those stories helped in making us understand that morals morals matter because Ijapa lacks morals. You know, like Ijapa is out for himself. So that stuck with me. That stuck with me. There's the rabbit, which is Ijapa's close companion. There's elephant. You know, there's even Anansi the spider. So the thing with Anansi the spider is, uh, most Ghanaians feel it's originated from Ghana, but it's still African though, irrespective of where it originates from. Africa is Africa, so we can still tap into the spider story. I didn't really buy into announcing the spider, and this is the reason why. Growing up as a Yoruba man, there's this superstition that spider webs are like portals to the supernatural. You know, they are like growing up. We used to believe that spider webs must not even be in your apartment. When you see it, you have to like get rid of it. So that I think that stuck with me growing up because there are so many things that subconsciously you don't know, but due to your childhood, your bringing, it sticks to you. I think that relates into announcing the spider. You know, I right now I'm still wary of spider webs when I see it around me. So today I'm working with acrylic, and the reason why is it's fast drying. It allows me to like build up layers because the style of art I make, neo expressionism, every stroke is art, you know. So I need a medium that can dry, and when I make, because some people feel there's mistake in art, but there's no mistake. Like see the splash now, it's gonna be part of the storytelling, and that's because it's acrylic, you know. It's very friendly. So my technique, due to this series that I'm working on, which is part of my Eulogy of Basquiat series, it goes both ways. Sometimes I prepare my preliminary sketches, you know, I want to get an idea of what I'm doing. And sometimes I just jump right into it and let it flow. Whichever direction it goes, whichever color speaks to me, I go ahead with it. Sometimes I always want to get my composition right. You know, composition matters in art, so it doesn't look off. So sketching gives me the liberty to get it right, so I don't get to paint over and over again.